Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, News Director at Backyard Broadcasting.
Dream Week is coming, a whole week surrounding the United States National Day of Service, inspired by the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're lucky to have active people in our area supporting Dr. King's dream with Step AmeriCorps today. Carrie Bruning, Program Manager at Step AmeriCorps. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
As well as Rochelle Abbott, President and CEO, relatively new, she says, or Step AmeriCorps. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Rochelle. And Reverend Brad Walmer. He's the pastor at New Covenant United Church of Christ. Hello, Brad.
Good morning, Freddi.
Thank you so much for coming in and being with us and in touch. Dr. Martin Luther King talked about a beloved community. So explain to me where that comes from and what we're talking about with the beloved community, Carrie.
For me, I just think it means, having a community that's involved and engaged in social justice and where everyone feels safe and everyone's needs are taken care of.
Absolutely. Do you guys have any other comments on that beloved community idea?
Yeah, Dr. King spoke about beloved community quite a bit in several of his sermons and speeches. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's looking for that community that honors and respects one another and is engaged and is involved in service in the community, rather than a community that is separated from one another.
Do you think that idea is easily transferred into people? Rochelle, what's your thinking as far as coming in on Step and hoping that you got people that are going to support this dream of Dr. King's, really?
Yeah, so I think it's really an incredible experience to be part of the group that puts together Dream Week, because we are really coming together with Dr. King's teaching at heart and really focusing on ensuring that the community is coming together, understanding his teaching, his nonviolent practices, so that we can be as collaborative and community-based as possible. So I think we all strive very hard to do that and then be able to put that out into the community with the various events that we're doing throughout Dream Week.
Since the beginning of Dream Week, Carrie, how long has it been going on? I mean, you've really been growing, haven't you?
Well, I've been doing this will be my third year, but Dream Week is something that's been happening for many years. AmeriCorps kind of has taken the charge of providing service opportunities during MLK Day. So MLK Day is the only observed national holiday that is considered a day of service. And AmeriCorps has kind of been charged with the task of providing service opportunities. So there will be AmeriCorps programs across the nation doing service on MLK Day. And then how that translates for us.
Adding things every year, aren't you?
Right.
That's really quite exciting about all the involvement of the service and how it's grown. Do you know what the first events were that were held? Was it just the Peace Walk?
Yeah, so I think it originally was the Peace Walk back in 2008,
mm-hmm.
And that has grown over the years, and more organizations have become part of the group that kind of pulls it together,
mm-hmm.
And I think that has been really great. So the Lycoming County United Way, we also have Sojourner Truth, the United Churches, the Food Bank. Those are all kind of some of our partners that we're working with on the Dream Week collaboration, coordinating the events for the community.
And Brad, Pastor Walmer, would you rather me call you Pastor Walmer or Brad?
Brad is perfectly fine.
You're kind of a kickoff of the week, really, with the meal prep and message that's going on.
Yes, that's one of the events that United Churches of Lycoming County organizes as part of Dream Week,
mm-hmm.
preparing and serving the meal and bringing the message to our neighbors at Sojourner Truth Ministry.
I see.
And so the first event is actually the weekend before Dream Week begins. We'll be preparing the meal at our kitchen, New Covenant United Church of Christ, on Friday evening, and then Saturday morning we'll be taking that meal over to Sojourner Truth Ministries. They always have a time of worship prior to the meal being served on Saturday morning. So we'll be participating in that and then serving the meal to our neighbors.
This is also kind of an awareness, wouldn't you say, of like the community that is food insecure and people that really do need the service from us. I mean, it gives us an idea of like, wow, our neighbors who I didn't know was in this position is in this position.
Yeah, serving our friends and neighbors is one of the big things that Dr. King always preached about and talked about. He would say everybody can serve in some way. Maybe you can't go and paint a house or fix a stairs, but maybe you can send a card or make a phone call to somebody who's lonely. And so one of Dr. King's teachings was that everyone has the ability to serve, and so service and mission is really a cornerstone of the week of events.
I'm thinking you're going to get students and seniors. Who else is coming to the event? I guess Penn College is definitely involved in this, and you're going to find students that are all very interested, of course.
Yes, for all of the service events, which are basically throughout, starting with January 17th all the way through the 24th, the colleges, just general individuals, we have very much pushing the registration for all of these events, which kind of everything from an easy thing, which would be bringing clothes to the American Rescue Workers on January 24th, to going to the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank and actually helping pack boxes at the Fire Tree Place. So there's kind of a service opportunity for everyone during that week, and so we are hoping that we get students, but people that may just want to help out and help their community. That's what we're really hoping for.
Okay, well, we definitely want to do that. There's going to be food drives and different things. The Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, so incredibly important in our areas.
The walk is always my favorite part of the week because it's such a diverse group that comes out. There's professionals on their lunch hour. There's students. As we're walking, people who are on the street come and join us. It really is King's vision of beloved community when we do that peace walk every year, and it just spans all different ages.
Doesn't it give you momentum?
Yeah. It's a great way to just kind of kick off the week and get everyone sort of reflecting and thinking about the mission, and then feeling that motivation to want to go out and serve.
Absolutely. There's, in addition to the service, there's learning that's actually happening as well. So you have different opportunities like at Penn College to do lunch and learn for the folks that may just sort of need a little bit of boost with information for their own household.
Yeah, we are very excited this year at STEP to partner with Penn College for their financial literacy lunch and learn. It'll actually be at STEP's offices on Boyd Street on January 24th from 12 to 1. I think our capacity is about 50 people, and there will be individuals coming in to talk about financial literacy, budgeting. So we're really pushing it to, I know, our STEP customers, but anyone in the community can participate. Lunch will be provided, and there's a registration that they can participate with that.
All on that website, by the way, stepcorp.org, which is C-O-R-P. I put an S on it earlier, and there's no S on it.
No.
.org. So that's a place where you can find registration and all those things. Also, there's actually a trip to Washington, D.C. to find out more at the African American Museum of History and Culture in Washington.
Yeah, United Churches is sponsoring a bus trip to the African American Museum of History and Culture in Washington, D.C. on the 25th of January. United Churches offices are located at our church, New Covenant UCC, and so the bus will pick up and drop off there at the parking lot at the church. It's $64 for transportation down and back. There's a limited number of tickets. There's only 25 tickets. So call the United Churches office if you'd like to go on that trip.
In addition to that, going back to the Peace Walk, there's also a hygiene drive you guys are going to be doing. So I was hoping to tell us a little bit about what should we bring to the Peace Walk and the hygiene drive. Is that just that one day?
Yeah, so this year we just decided to add an extra element of having anyone who comes to the walk bring some kind of a hygiene product that we can then sort of sort out and donate to various shelters and other organizations in the community. So, I would think items like shampoo, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes.
Those are the most common items. My work with Shepherd of the Street through United Churches. Family size items are best rather than the little travel size ones. Of course, they'll take anything. But yeah, family size items, shampoo, body wash, toothpaste, those essentials that removes an expense that can be used at the grocery store, at the gas station, to help out.
So maybe just pick up a couple extra things that we would get ourselves and pass them along.
Yeah, or if there's a 2-for-1 at the store, or buy one, get one at the store, bring the second one along when you come to the walk.
The motivation and the joy that goes along with the Peace Walk and the whole week in itself. Have you ever reflected with people that may not be so positive? Have you ever gotten any negative feedback that you've been dealing with at all?
So I think the way that we really look at Dream Week is something for everyone. And so as long as I've been in and involved with the Dream Week, we have really not had a lot of pushback or any kind of negative pieces. We start the day, Martin Luther King Day of Service, with the children's event, and that really kind of helps set the tone of the positivity. This is for our future generations, really kind of focusing on the positive learnings and nonviolent teachings and traditions of Martin Luther King. And that event has always been really great. That's at the library. They are a great partner with us on January 20th from 10 to 11:15. There'll be book readings. There'll be other activities based on what Martin Luther King's teachings are. And then folks can go right to the Peace Walk, which this year we're starting at a little different place. We're actually starting at the Bethel AME Church, which is on Hepburn Street.
I see.
And so it's a little different location, but what it's going to allow us to do is actually kind of have that center or that place at the Bethel Church. They're going to do kind of hot chocolate and cookies, for everybody who's walking. It's not a tremendously long walk. It's just about really being together and fulfilling the vision of Martin Luther King.
Does it go to places in town that may be significant, or is it just the walk is the thing to do?
Well, we'll be walking Martin Luther King Boulevard this year, which is a section of Memorial Avenue from Hepburn to Center Street. So that was the idea of organizing and walking there to walk the boulevard. Over the years that I've been involved, the route has changed, and we decided this year that we'd walk the Martin Luther King Boulevard in town.
I wonder about the fruits of this event. Have you seen the fruits of your labors as far as people being involved? I don't know what else could happen as fruits of these labors.
So I think that the big thing is just the engagement. So last year we had almost 150 people at the walk, which was huge.
Yeah.
And every year it grows. And then I think the hope is that people kind of take those ideas and bring them home and continue to kind of think and be engaged. Maybe they reach out to one of our organizations and want to continue the valuable kind of work that we do.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a huge value with the AmeriCorps members that are helping to set this up. They're really kind of seeing what they're doing in action, right? So they're helping plan, they're being engaged in all these, and then they're also kind of seeing the reality of having community members be a part of it, which is such a critical piece to kind of that engagement.
Yeah.
And really part of what they do as a National AmeriCorps Corps.
What has Martin Luther King Jr.'s message, in addition to these events that you're going through, what has it done for you personally? Do you have any personal feelings or personal experiences that you really can attribute to what you've learned from Dr. Martin Luther King?
For me personally, it's just this idea of a diverse community all living together in peace and harmony.
Absolutely.
Respecting one another, helping one another. Even if your views are different, even if you come from different backgrounds, your community, and you're engaged with one another, and you're serving and helping and saying hello and checking on your neighbor when it's 12 degrees outside to make sure that they're okay, and so it's just that idea that we're all one community, and trying to just share that and encourage our community to be more like that vision.
I always feel like if I'm having a day that I'm focusing on myself and nothing's going right, the thing to do is go help somebody else. Then that makes it a lot better after that.
And I think for me, too, it's that reiteration of that anybody can serve, really. I mean, we have kids that come out to the walk, they're off school that day, and they're so excited to just march along and hold their signs. And, even for myself, getting my daughter involved in community service is really important to me.
Sure.
So I think it's just a great way to sort of continue that to the next generation as well.
Dream Week and Peace Walk coming up in just a few days, so register for that. And you get the whole list of events going on. What's the website one more time?
It's www.stepcorp.org/MLK.
Okay.
So if you put that MLK on the end, it'll take you directly to the registration form where you can sign up for all the events.
All right. Everything's free. It's a wonderful time and meet some wonderful people. This is like networking for your soul, in a way, would you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm so thrilled to say the folks from Step AmeriCorps come in, Carrie Bruning, the program manager, as well as Rochelle Abbott, the president and CEO of Step AmeriCorps, and also Reverend Brad Walmer, the pastor of New Covenant United Church of Christ, where things will be happening over the week, and we thank you for all your involvement. Any final word on getting people out to the Peace Walk or more involvement for Dream Week?
the day of service is kind of taking that time to do something for someone else. And we have put together a huge menu of opportunities over the week so people can really kind of pick and choose what they would like to do. Everything from the bus trip to Washington, D.C. to delivering bags to American rescue workers. There should be no excuse not to participate. So we really hope that everybody comes out, participates in Dream Week, so it's another great event.
All right. Good luck, you guys. We'll see you out there on Monday for the Peace Walk starting at Hepburn Street. Thanks so much for coming on In Touch today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701. Attention Freddi Hammer. Or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived programs of our In Touch series, you can download and subscribe to our new Backyard Podcasting feature through a link on any Backyard Broadcasting website or obtained where podcasts are available. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. The programming discussed here on In Touch does not necessarily reflect the feelings or opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.